here is your watch, sir. Going to do a little overview for you. I built it a few hours ago. It's been keeping perfect time since then, but I usually let it go for about a day before I send it off, just to make sure there are no issues. 9 times out of 10, or more like, I don't know, 29 times out of 30, there are no issues. But, just in case, I'd rather see the issue myself. But anyway, so here is that dial. We painted red for you and then sanded it down so we got all your silver shown through. Loomed up. That's how it will look. So we did it in a brushed case and a brushed bezel. So if you ever get a nick in it, just use a Scotch-Brite and go in one direction and blend it in. So super luminova hands. Did those in silver to go with the case itself. We've got an exhibition case back there with a nice one of my aftermarket rotors back there, and a nice polished clasp on it that goes with case back, goes with the hands. Those are polished themselves. If you would ever get a scratch in this, you can just essentially make it a brushed one as well. Just put it on a Scotch-Brite and brush it in the same direction. Put a brush stroke in it. Here is your nice Horween leather, super soft, with red stitch in there. It's kind of dark in here, so you can't quite maybe see it as red. Nice black keeper on it with red stitch on it. Goes with the side black here, and there's the A. So that's that part of it. So a couple things to go over with on my builds. This is nice and tight. You can turn it left and right. To you, it won't matter because there's no numbering on it. Sometimes I do bezels that have numbering on it, and people go, well, I could turn it this way and I could turn it this way, and it didn't click. They don't click. So in case you move it, it won't matter to you, like I said, since it's silver on silver, you know, nothing there. But this is an automatic mechanical. So before you wear it each day, even if you're not very active, if you unscrew this off until you feel it clicking and you can feel a little bit of wobble there, you can now wind it. If you sit there and wind it back and forth, now it's a lot, instead of just trying to wind it one direction like this, which is kind of hard, I just go back and forth. The backstroke doesn't do anything, front stroke winds it. So when it's going that way, it's winding. This way, nothing, that way, winding. If you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, even if you're not very active, it's going to keep time. You'll be active enough to keep it going. If you do it for something more like 14, 15, 16 seconds, you'll start working into the power reserve. It goes up to 31 hours. You can't overwind it, so you can wind this all day if you want. The reversers will just kick in and it won't go any further than 31-hour power reserve. So you can sit there and do this and do this, which is what I'll do, and then put it off to the side to make sure it's running tomorrow. If you pull it to the one and only click, you can now adjust the time. Okay, it's not a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. But you'll notice you've got a wobble in there because you have a wobble crown. So there's a ball joint in there, and it deflects lateral pressure on the stem so it doesn't transfer into the movement. Instead, when you're pushing and pulling on it, instead of bending anything, it deflects it. So nice little, cool little option. Well, it's not an option. It's a cool little standard thing that they do. But it sucks it's not an option on other watches. Okay, Google, what time is it?
7:15 p.m.
7:15. So you just scroll back around to there. Line it right back up and thread it down. That's that. Pretty simple stuff. Also with it, you're going to have some nice matching beads. Whether you wear them or not, it's up to you, but it's pretty cool to wear them. So it's the end thing. This also has 5.5 millimeter thick acrylic, so you can scratch it. If you scratch it, use a little bit of this. This is fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 that I repackaged off of Amazon. It's essentially the same thing as Polywatch. Use your microfiber, and a little bit will go a long way. Buff against it. So if it's up and down, buff left and right for about 15 seconds. Really get some heat behind your thumb, and that scratch will be gone. You will also have some watch cleaner. This is good on all metal parts, all glass parts. It's non-toxic, non-residue. And lastly, you'll have some leather conditioner. If that strap is ever getting rough or not as nice, a little bit will go a long way. Just rub it in with like an old rag or whatever, and let it sit for a while, and just get any excess off. A little bit will go a long way with this as well. Other than that, you're going to have your built-in warranty cards. They're personalized. They're right here in the corner, and I got you a red special edition box. So that will be part of it, as well as your microfiber that I did in red as well for you. So that is your watch build. I need your address whenever you can, and so long as everything's tip-top with it tomorrow, it will be on its way to you. So thanks again for all the support, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks again, Randy.